Hello, welcome to Operation Crypto and welcome to a new update on Zilliqa. We do try to push out at least one update on Zilliqa each week on this channel. As you can see, we are currently still range bound. So in this video, we will start off by taking a look at Bitcoin, have a look at the price there, see what's going on in terms of up or down, and then we'll have a look at Zilliqa, like I say, in both the BTC and USDT pairings. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. So, beginning with Bitcoin, as you can see, same goes for this asset. We are still range bound. I mean, we've pretty much been within this range with the highs at around 40,800. Here we've rejected off it twice, rejected off it multiple times here. And the lows at 32.1k, which we have tapped off twice. So that to me is the high range and that is the low range. And we have been pretty much in Chop City. We've been pretty much bouncing up and down and mid-range and on top and then back down. And not much going on here. It's a bit of an indecision period, or you could call it an accumulation period, ready for that next leg up. I mean, if you look back in time, we had a bit of a period like this back then. I mean, anyway, from pretty much this January all the way to the beginning of February, we had that month's period of consolidation before the next leg up. And this could be the same, to be honest. I am more in favour of upward momentum rather than downward selling pressure. So currently, I just want to show you this actually, which could be a bullish sign, even though it's not, if you know what I mean. So this is the amount of shorts that are stacking up on Bitcoin. I can see what happened here. Amount of shorts got stacked up here, bang, straight down. I think at some stage we are going to get a major liquidation period, and I think it will be to the upside, to be honest. I think a lot of shorts will get wrecked. A lot of people are concentrating on this death cross that keeps talking about with their moving averages, and so I'll show you while we're here. Just looking at the daily time frame, zoom out, but the EMA 55 and 200. As you can see, these two moving averages are coming closer together, and people, or should I say people, bears, are expecting a cross and Bitcoin to pretty much die off and bang straight down here to 5k, when in reality that's not going to happen. So I'm not a massive fan of this bear cross, but bears are jumping on top of it, combined with shorts building up, they would say, all right, it's definitely going to drop. In my opinion, I don't think it is. I think there's a good chance that we may drop down to this region here. I've got an open long order set in case we hit 37,187, around that region. I think I've put it 37,200. So I've got a long there. Not bothered with stop loss because it's only a small amount, but I'm looking to long that, and then as we do build up, maybe add to that position and then try and target 43 and 45k. So for me, in terms of Bitcoin, not much going on. Sideways chop, and that's good, really. I mean, we always need a period of consolidation. We do need those accumulation periods before we do inevitably take that next leg up. So Zilliqa USDT, as you can see, I've got a high range, a low range, and a mid range set up on here. Currently, we are sat below the mid range, and we have been up to test that a hell of a lot, and we've used it as support. If you look here, support, then support here, and then rejection, and close to that, and then we're rejected again. So things aren't looking their best here, but we can always look for buy zones. Personally, I don't think we're going to come back down to that lower range again at 7.9 cent. I think we have done that major drop to a downside. We had that amount of fear in the market, which the fear in the market is actually starting to decrease, and we are getting a little bit more of confidence within the market. So having a look at some buy zones. If you look at this bottom here, which was at 9.2 cent, all the way up to what we call a double tweezer top there, we have had a rejection down to that 50%, and we've actually bounced. If you're looking for some buys, if you're just looking at MACD here, it is still in a bearish phase, and we had a bearish crossover there. So for me, I could be looking at placing some orders on this 618 level here at 10 cent, bang on the money. I think 10 cent will be a nice area for you to potentially place some orders. Remember, if the market does die off though, you could also get some filled a little bit lower, but I think that would be a solid base and a solid area to hit. I think a lot of people will be thinking, right, 10.6 cent now, let's just wait, see if it comes down to 10 cent, and you will get a few more Zilliqas for your money. But yeah, so we're in a bearish phase there. RSI is pretty much bang on mid-ground, so there's a possibility of buying pressure and selling pressure both at the same time. Who knows though, this move, we have done about 50% retracement. It didn't quite make it to the 618, so that move could now be, it could be something like this. We've done that impulse move to the top. We've had a rejection to 50%, so we could push on now. And then the first major target is pretty much breaking through this natural mid-range resistance at 11.6 cents. So that's two potential scenarios there. We either bounce up now and go up and target that 11.6 region, or we reject, come down to 10 cent on my nose, and then push up. So there are two potential scenarios. If we do continue this move up from here, we can look at these fib extensions. So once we do break through this region, I think you really need to have a look at this here, 12 cent, and then we also have 12.8 cents. So there's some take profit regions. I'm not going to go any further advanced of that because I think we still need to break out of this this lower range of that channel. So I think once we do break above it, what I will be doing is jumping into some further price analysis and identifying a few more key levels up there. So that's that pair pretty much covered. The USDT pair, a couple of buy zones within that range. Down at 10 cent I think is a decent buy. But honestly, I think anything under this region at 11.6 cent is a good buy. I think it's this is massively undervalued. The amount the ecosystem is evolving now is insane, and when the markets do start to go, this will absolutely fly, and I honestly believe it. I think it will be absolutely massive. I'm going for multiple dollars going in towards the end of this bull cycle, which has not happened yet. So that's that pair covered. Take a look at the BTC chart, the Zilliqa BTC chart. It is slightly bearish, but that's because Bitcoin is trying to regain some market momentum. If you just look at the Bitcoin dominance chart here, we did hit a low of 40%. It's bounced up, and we have actually tested this level of, well, this is now resistance for Bitcoin at 46%. I'm still expecting Bitcoin price to boom up to around 44, 45k. That will in terms bring the Bitcoin dominance up, and in turn will bring the price of Zilliqa in a BTC value down. I think this can continue down, and then you could even potentially look at placing some orders anywhere from 230 sats, which is weekly support, all the way down to 190 sats. You might think, all right, Andy, that's not going to happen. It's too far low. These are solid areas, weekly support, which have been hit in the past and bounced. So I would be looking at buying. I've got some spare Bitcoin on my side to buy some alts with. So I'm going to be looking to ladder some orders anywhere from this region, 238, all the way down to 190. I think they could be some solid regions if Bitcoin does go on a run. I mean, there's always a possibility it could go lower, but I'm not going to look any lower than that unless the market does get a major shakeout. So that is going to pretty much do it for today. I'm not going to give any price targets because, well, unless the market does go in favour of altcoins and Satoshis, then you need to break through 308 sats. That's the first area of resistance. So if you're looking to sell before we drop, so maybe, I don't know, maybe looking to do a move like this, that could be a potential sell zone before you do drop down and pick up some more orders down at these regions. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's analysis. That is both pairs covered, Zilliqa and Zilliqa in both USDT and the BTC pairings, and we did cover a bit of Bitcoin at a beginning there. So like I say, that will do it for today's video. If you're new here, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.